Hi, my name is Jessie Adams. I'm a hairstylist in Costa Mesa, California. I've been a hairstylist for about 10 years now. Come with me to the salon as I walk you through a color correction, taking my client from this to a beautifully blended out balayage using no lightener. All right, we're doing a full color correction this morning. I'm going to be targeting her grays at her roots. We're using a demi-permanent so it grows out super nice without a harsh line. I'm using Dia Richesse. I'm going to keep it at like a level 6.5-ish, like a warm, rich 6.5. Then I'm going to be pulling through a bunch of really ribbony lowlights to break all that blonde up. I'm going to gloss her. We're going to do a Brazilian treatment and I think it will be beautiful. So my client came to me with about 3 inches of natural regrowth. She had a ton of grays and her natural hair was a lot darker than her solid bleach blonde hair, and she was just hoping for something that would grow out more naturally. She didn't mind the depth at the root, but I wanted to blend out her grays and give her something a little bit more seamless. So I went in with a 5N Dia Richesse mixed with 6N and 6.3 Dia Richesse, and the idea is to blend out her gray. Because it's not a permanent color, it won't grow out with that harsh line, and as I'm doing it, I'm just combing it through to make sure that it's super blendy. This is me staring deeply into my cabinet of shades, trying to figure out what I'm going to do for her low light, and I finally decided on 6WG equal parts 6NB. Warmth in this formula may seem a little bit scary, but because you are putting a low light onto completely stripped hair, you really need to go back in and deposit those underlying pigments, which is why I formulated something so warm. What I am doing is going through each quadrant from the bottom, and I'm basically doing a thick textured weave and separating the hair that I want to have as my low light versus the hair that I want to leave out for the highlight. So I'm just kind of setting it to the side and working my way up the head. And then after I have that whole section of my low light sectioned out, I'm gonna just target that with my low light color and paint the whole section basically, and then I'm gonna braid it away. And then all of the blonde hair that's left outside of that braid is going to act as your highlight. So what you wanna do is take your low light color and add a root smudge from where the tint meets the blonde color. This is extremely important because anytime you're going darker on pre-lightened hair, any little dot or error or line is going to be extremely visible. So it is so important to stay really clean, super blendy, just keep combing everything through, and then everything will be gradient and beautiful. So you can see here I am braiding away the low light from that second back section, and then once I'm done with these 2 back sections, I'm going to basically go through and do the exact same thing on the front too. And something that's important when you are low lighting the front section is to really be mindful of leaving the bright pieces surrounding the face. This is going to give your client a bright pop around their face without having to add any more lightener. We glossed her all over with a 10-1-3 Dia light and about 1/3 of 9-3 Dia light, and then once her gloss was all done processing, we began her Brazilian treatment. This is me applying the solution. A Brazilian is such an amazing tool to utilize on those clients that have unruly, frizzy, curly hair that just like doesn't look good air dried. Calms down the frizz and makes damaged hair look so much more healthy because it kind of gives it like a weight and so much shine, and you can already see how much more dimension this client's hair has now that we're smoothing it out. And then once we were all done with her Brazilian, my client was finished. This transformation was so unbelievable. And this really just made her hair so much more of a gorgeous foundation for whatever we do at her next appointment. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.